Let's say you're a kid, a tiny weird kid who's so young that your teacher is a TikToker and your friends are random people you met on Roblox. You waddled your dumb skibbity idiot brain to the computer and stumbled onto an old historical document. Really old history meant for unks and aunts circa 2018. Subtitle: the people in this book can name SpongeBob episodes to the punctuation. You swipe down to short number 139 under playlist 4, entertainment during ancient civilization. You slide through shorts about Barbenheimer and the rat that jumped into the McDonald's grill, and finally stumble into a classic antique, a horizontal video. And clicking that video plays... It's so mesmerizing. What is this? Well, you dumb child, it's Super Smash Brothers. Wanna play it? Well, too bad. Your dumb self doesn't even recognize any of these playable fighters. How are you gonna truly experience this carefully crafted work of art if you don't even know who Mega Man is? No, not the song. For all you know, these guys are whimsical plumbers from Europe. Peter Pan, Wendy, and that hobo that's dying next to the Safeway. And oh my god, they put a child sex offender in this game. That's insane. No, you need to play all the other games that these characters originate from in order to fully understand the Super Smash Bros. Ultimate experience. But you don't make a disposable income. Both your parents didn't show up at birth. What are you gonna do? Well, you're in luck, you no-brain, useless child that doesn't know what a Super Bowl is. Because I will find the cheapest, most cost-effective way to experience all 89 Smash Bros. Characters in their original source material, fully understanding the reason on why they're even on that roster to begin with. We're gonna find out how expensive is the Super Smash Bros. Ultimate roster. Rule time. Number 1 is obvious, but no Smash Bros. Games. Rule number 2, only games, movies, TVs, and books. No merch. Wait, hold on a sec. You know you don't have to be in every video on this channel, right? Books? Like reading? Says, when were you opposed to becoming a narc? I mean, don't get me wrong, loserdom is fun, but in my opinion, I don't think toddlers read anymore. And people don't say loserdom anymore, unk. Look, this challenge is cost-based, not based on if you have the attention span of a carrot. Plus, if they can't handle reading, then I would just respectfully tell the youngest generation to kill themselves. Jesus, no, I'd tell them to get an Audible. Dude, wow, what's gotten into you? Look, I'll get out of your hair if you drop the books. Keep it fun, keep it lively, keep it accessible. Accessible is a cool way to describe fentanyl, not a challenge video. Just do it, okay? Rule 2, movies, TVs, and games, period. What more do you need? Fine, get the fuck out of here. Okay, bye, I love you. Rule number 3, the character must be on screen and alive. This rule means no name drops, no cosmetic references, no pictures or sculptures. They need to actually be there as alive or sentient as they're allowed to be. Rule number 4, our starting equipment is a phone, an okay laptop, and a TV. We don't have any starting consoles. That is going to be added to the final total. This is because if you're going to do this challenge and if you don't have at least one of these things, how the heck are you even watching this video right now? Unless you're watching through your neighbor's smart TV, I guess. If so, then hey, mind your damn business. We're trying to build a parasocial relationship here. Rule number 5, we're going to use the American price tag for most stuff unless we need a region-specific product. For those instances, I'll convert the currency back into American dollars and add them on. Don't worry, in the end, I'll convert the final total into a bunch of other currencies so non-freedom lovers know what's up. Rule 6, by the time this video ends, if you can think you can go even cheaper than beta, comment and prove that I'm a dumbass. And finally, rule 7, we need to be able to buy this stuff today. No discontinued mobile games, no shenanigans to get the Sonic Taco Tuesday Indian Happy Meal set Game & Watch. None of that, please. I know that means that this video could age really poorly in a really short amount of time, but hey, who cares? It's Hey, please commit to Sayori. I'm introducing some caveat character-specific rules because I want to see you suffer. No! Bonus rule number 1. All Zelda characters must be lore accurate. This means we need to get Link from Breath of the Wild, Young Link from Ocarina of Time or Majora's Mask, Toon Link from Wind Waker and, I guess some of the GBA games, and Zelda from A Link Between Worlds. Ganon is immortal and Sheik is Sheik, asterisk. I don't really get this character, but they don't matter. Bonus rule 2. The meme fighters will be demoted back down to any meme. Bonus rule 3. Since that brings us down to 87 characters, let's make it a complete and clean 90 characters by adding Red from Pokemon Trainer, Luma, and oh, the guy holding the NES Zapper from Duck Hunt. What? They're a trio. Who's making those blaster shots? It's Duck Hunt Trio. No, hold on. You're pulling characters right out of your ass. There is no official source that says that's a thing.
These two may seem like a duo, but they're actually a trio. Together, they're known as Duck Hunt.
So where's the third team member?
Listen, just be careful. You could get shot out of nowhere.
Shit. Yeah, if you didn't know, this character comes in 2 parts, the duck and dog, and the hunter, or his hand. Well, hold on, still, how the flying Figment the Dragon am I supposed to find the dude that shoots the zapper from Duck Hunt? I don't know. Part 1, buying the parts? What is this, a video essay? Oh my god, get out! The door is right there. There is freshly laid bitch grass on the other side. Go. Part 1, buying the basics. To start, I think the best option to knock out a huge portion of the roster right off the bat is to get my hands on a subscription of Nintendo Switch Online. So that's $200 for a Nintendo Switch Lite, and we're also getting the Japanese version of the expansion pack for mother reasons. That's 4,900 yen converted into $32. God, Japan is so fucked. This gives us a grand total of $232. Buying this gives us the sweeping Mario, Luigi, Peach, Daisy, Bowser, Dr. Mario, Wario, Yoshi, Piranha Plant, Donkey Kong, Diddy Kong, King K. Rool, Jungling? Okay. King K. Rool, Young Link, Sheik, Ganondorf, Samus, Ridley, Kirby, Meta Knight, King Dedede, Fox, Falco, Wolf, Ness, Lucas, Thank You Japan, Captain Falcon, Ice Climbers, Marth, Mr. Game & Watch, Pit, Palutena, Little Mac, Sonic, Banjo-Kazooie, and Rob? Because he appears as a cameo in Kirby's Dream Land 3. Oh, and Pac-Man. Man, for some reason I thought that I would have to pull Pac-Man from an obscure piece of media to get him for cheap. Like the Pixels movie, right? Can we talk about that movie, by the way? Pixels was fucking something. I know I'm getting off track, but that was one of those movies that little me watched and unironically enjoyed it. And I mean, looking back, it's a fun movie, but
Man's a bad guy?
yeah, okay, let's move on. All right, MSO was expectedly big, huge even. We've gotten all our basic retro characters out of the way, including a couple ones that honestly would have been super expensive to get any other way outside of Nintendo Switch Online. But we can go bigger, baby. You see, I'm a genius because we're gonna exploit corporate greed with freemium mobile games. Yippee! You see, denizens of the internet, if you're a big boy Japanese-based company that really loves to be an absolute bitch, you're gonna make some mobile games. For example, wanna experience all 10 Pokemon? Pick any freemium Pokemon mobile game. Go or Unite, Cafe Mix, Master Sex, Sleep TCG, Home Quest, Smile Playhouse? Any of these probably would work. Want to see all 8 Fire Emblem characters? Don't worry, you can get them in Fire Emblem Heroes. Look at that, they're going to the beach. Look at that, they're a bit spooky now. Look at that, Marth is struggling to pay dental insurance. Wahoo, what a game. Do you want a Mario game featuring specifically Rosalina, Luma, Bowser Jr., and the Miis? Well, if you actually did want that, congratulations, because you don't actually exist, okay? Anyways, here's Mario Kart Tour. What do you mean these games are pay to win? What do you mean these games are cheap, inauthentic entries for these franchises? What do you mean these games breed a toxic addiction as a means to generate profit by exploiting vulnerable gambling addicts who spend their life savings in order to get digital collectibles equivalent to gambling? Ah, who cares? Here's Animal Crossing Pocket Camp with Villager and Isabelle. Mega Man X Dive, meanwhile, is a game with Mega Man characters? Sure. Yeah, okay. Anyways, Mega Man is in Mega Man X Dive. Yes, the original Mega Man, not just Mega Man X. And as with any Capcom mobile game ever, Ryu is in Mega Man X Dive too. But because Ryu has been in so many weird games with lots of them being free, just for the sake of fun, let's try to find something a bit more weirder for Ryu. Are we gonna choose Japan's Sumo Cup Yokozuna, where Ryu is seen shooting a Hadouken backwards to boost his speed on a horse? Are we gonna play Power Rangers Legacy War, where Ryu decides the heterosexual life is over? Are we gonna play Fortnite? What about Puzzle and Dragons? Nah, I'm gonna go with
American Dad versus Family Guy. Kung Fu 2. Turbo. Hyper Mega Edition.
Yep, this very real Flash game that used to be on the official Family Guy website actually has Ryu with complete Capcom certifications. You can actually still play it on a proper archival website, so it counts, baby. Oh yeah, Ken is in Street Fighter Duel. Final Fantasy VII Ever Crisis gives us Cloud and a short-hair femboy Sephiroth. Joker's also in a bunch of things. Let's just go with Dragalia Identity, Final Fantasy, Dragon's Dogma, Knives Out, Puzzle, Bang, Stop. P5X. Wait, that one actually might work. This game has actually released as this video is being written. It's just that it's only available in South Korea, Taiwan, and China. It might be out by the time this video is released to a wider audience, but if it isn't, I'm pretty sure you can use a VPN. Use Proton, by the way. It's way better than all the other ones, I think. And, oh, fuck, I don't want to do this. Okay, so from my understanding, the Kingdom Hearts X cross series, it has completely shut down, so that's off the table. Wait, hold up, if I remember from all those lore summary videos correctly, aren't those mobile games essential to the lore? Yeah, they're on the start of the timeline for most infographics. How do people experience this part of the game at all anymore? Nah, okay, hold up, the Reddit should have an answer for this. Kingdom Hearts 1 Final Mix, Trigger Distance, Recruit 2. Fandom of Kingdom Hearts Union Cross? Oh my god, are you fucking kidding me? This is 6 hours of footage. Anyways, aside from the Kingdom Hearts Cross series, there is another mobile game, Kingdom Hearts Missing Link, which got delayed. I hate this fucking franchise. I hate all of its fans. I hate all these fucking games. I hate Honestly, I don't know what to do at this point. Like, let's just wait for this game to come out. It's gonna come out soon. For now, I will just put Sora in the green with a little asterisk, which stands for fuck you. With Hero, we are not going with any freemium mobile game. We are going with one of the most popular games ever created, baby. Japan was obsessed when this game came out. 300 million in sales. I'm talking about Dragon Quest Keshi Keshi. KOF Arena for Terry Bogard. Now at this point, I really wanted to find 3 specific characters as mobile games. Richter, Simon, and Snake, which also happen to all be Konami characters. You see, gamers, Konami liked mobile games. Now they like domestic economic terrorism. And most they did make some mobile cash grab games. Most of them were either discontinued or are ports of their classic titles, meaning you had to pay for them in Apple Arcade, and I don't want to spend money. And I really thought I had to finally open my wallet again to get these characters until I remembered the one game where Metal Gear and Castlevania's both show up side by side. I'm talking about Bomberman R Online. Woo! Yeah, honestly, like, guys, Konami, what the heck is this game even trying to be anymore? You have specifically Bomberman R, which is already just like a weird game to make a battle royale out of. Like, I get it, it's one of the newest Bomberman, but like, Bomberman Center is right freaking there, guys. I mean, seriously, Konami employees be like, yeah, well, look at what we made. It's a bubbly, upbeat bomb. Silent Hill. So yeah, Bomberman is just standing next to fucking Pyramid Head for some reason. The gun Snake is holding is now a Nerf gun because wow, we really needed to censor that despite the fact that the literal embodiment of turning a man into a Dorito is frolicking like it's a speed walking race. Ball Guys, poppin' music, Princess Tomato from Princess Tomato in the Salad Kingdom, which is actually pretty cool to be honest. Anyways, this game has Simon, Richter, and solid bracket old Snake as well as naked Snake, so both versions of Snake. Good. For the last few freebies, we can use the currently available Nintendo Switch demos. Bayonetta Origin Cereza and the Lost Demon, the most popular game that we definitely haven't forgotten about, has a demo. Bayonetta, check. ARMS also has a demo. Min Min, check. And yeah, that's everything. Now that we have abused premium content to the max, we can finally pay $1 again. Woohoo, baby. Late stage capitalism. 2, in fact, to play Tekken 7 or 8 on an arcade to get Kazuya for 1 match. And $7 to get Minecraft Pocket Edition on iOS to get Steve, Alex, Zombie, and Enderman. Now, this is the part of the video where I need to address something pretty big. Why aren't we getting all of these characters from Mario Maker on Wii U? If you didn't know, the Wii U version of Mario Maker had a neat little feature in which you can get little crossover character costumes by scanning every amiibo out at the time. And when I say every amiibo, I mean every amiibo, including the entire roster for Smash 4, which all have costumes in Mario Maker. So, why didn't I just go down that path from the beginning? After all, you don't need to buy all those amiibos because Mario Maker allows you to unlock costumes through the 100 Mario Challenge. A strategy that worked until Nintendo shut down all Wii U servers back in April. We can't play the 100 Mario Challenge anymore. This means we can't get all of the costumes for free, and therefore, getting the costumes requires scanning amiibos. Amiibos that just cost way too much for Mario Maker as a viable option. Even if we could use this method, by the way, these are costumes. Therefore, in this situation, we can only assume that Mario either has an incredibly good tailor, or the Mushroom Kingdom has an even bigger cosplay hentai industry than we initially thought. So, scratch buying a Wii U or Mario Maker. And that's a real problem when we have characters like Dark Pit. His only appearances are in Mario Maker on Wii U, Kid Icarus Uprising on 3DS, and Super Smash Bros. With 2 out of those 3 options being eliminated, it is now mandatory to buy a 3DS and a copy of Kid Icarus Uprising as a part of this challenge. While we are here, it's also probably a smart idea to buy a Link Between Worlds, since that's the game with the specific version of Zelda we're looking for. So, the cheapest 3DS I found on eBay was for $74. A Link Between Worlds cost $34, and Kid Icarus Uprising costs a cool $175. Jesus, why have we not ported this game yet? And speaking of mandatory console purchases for this challenge, back to the Wii U again, baby! To be specific, we need a Wii or a Wii U to get Wii Fit Trainer. Can you guess which one I'm about to get? Type it in the comments below, baby, it's a Wii. No, duh, of course it's the fucking Wii. Now that Mario Maker is out of this whole thought experiment, the only chip the Wii U has over Wii is original Splatoon, something that is not worth the extra $120 or so to get. Also, how is a Wii U still more expensive than a Wii? Anyways, we can now get Wii Fit Trainer for dirt cheap at a whopping $8 because we technically don't need the Wii Balance Board. Does that defeat the functionality of this game? We can also buy Metroid Prime 3 for $23 to see Dog Samus, which is cheaper than Metroid Prime Remaster on the Switch. That is something we have to consider, by the way, because yes, despite the assumptions made by YouTubers reacting to Nintendo Directs like they give a shit about Metroid,
Wow.
she does appear in Prime 1's post-credit scene. So yeah. For Pikmin at least, I guess we just have no choice but to get one of my favorite games ever made on the Nintendo Switch. This one's an absolute W for this challenge, so give it up for... Wait, what? God damn it, I should have seen this coming. So in fact, the only reason we're not getting Pikmin Bloom is because Olimar never actually appears in the game. So... yeah, hey, Pikmin, woohoo! Part 2. I forgot to add the other part. The characters we still don't have at this point in the challenge include Breath of the Wild Link, Toon Link, Inkling, Shulk, Pyra, Mithra, and Duck Hunt. I think we added a new caveat for the last one. I don't remember. I think I forgot. If you forgot, then it wasn't important. Yeah, you're right. Wait, didn't you have the last one? Your mom? You can't just say your mom to win an argument, and he's gone. Anyways, we can knock out Shulk, Pyra, and Mithra by first buying Xenoblade Chronicles on 3DS for $33, and also Xenoblade Chronicles 2 on Switch. Except, never mind, instead of buying base Xenoblade Chronicles 2, we can buy Xenoblade Chronicles 2 Torna the Golden Country on Switch for a cheaper $39, because although the game is technically an extension for Xenoblade Chronicles 2, it came out as a completely separate game. Now, Xenoblade Chronicles 2 Torna the Golden Country has a playable Mithra, but no playable Pyra. Does this mean we still have to get Xenoblade Chronicles 2? No, you bald bitch, because in Torna, we have one cameo of Pyra at the very end of the game that lasts a grand total of 15 seconds. You might be asking, wait, Beta, wait a minute, doesn't Shulk appear in the Xenoblade Chronicles 2 DLC? Why don't you just buy Xenoblade Chronicles 2 and the DLC to knock out all 3 characters out at once? I can only assume that's what you're asking right now, since this part of the video is so straightforward. Well, I did think that until I realized that Xenoblade Chronicles 2 with the DLC costs a whopping total of $90, meaning it is cheaper to split the purchase into Xenoblade Chronicles 1 and Xenoblade Chronicles 2 Torna the Golden Country. One game has Shulk and the other game has Mithra and a dehydrated bacon bit of Pyra. Next, we need to get Breath of the Wild Link and Toon Link. Now, because Zelda games are mostly sectioned off into their own Links and Zeldas, to get multiple iterations of Link in the same game, I immediately thought of Hyrule Warriors Definitive Edition. In that game, we do have Toon Link, and we kinda have Breath of the Wild Link. It's only the costume, not the actual character. Fuck. Okay, fine. Let's buy Triforce. Fuck, I forgot about Minish Cap. Damn it. Okay, you gotta give me some slack though, considering just how many different variables this challenge requires you to keep track of, and just how many different things I need to research about this like multinational company with its omnidirectional spanning of companies, subsidiaries, and divisions that spans numerous projects across the entire world. I think it's impressive that there hasn't been that big of a contradiction or a mistake up until this point. Ignore Triforce Heroes. We already have Minish Cap on Nintendo Switch Online. I legitimately forgot about this game, and before anyone says anything, no, Toon Link in Smash Bros. Is not just referring to the version in Wind Waker. There's circumstantial evidence in places like the Spirit Track stage that tells us that Toon Link is referring to the broader genre of Zelda games that have a Link in this specific art style. So Minish Cap counts. Good? Good. Alright, bye. Heroes on the 3DS. And since we also need Inkling, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe for $60 to get her and Breath of the Wild Link. Is this Link a separate costume? I don't know. Debate it in the comments. That way I'm not liable. And would you look at that, we only have one more character to get, Duck Hunt. And let me talk to you about Duck Hunt, because this character drove me absolutely mad. Okay, so the problem with Duck Hunt is the fact that light gun games just aren't a thing anymore. Couldn't you do it with the TV point-tick technology like on the Wii? Not really, because the specific technology that was used for the Zapper was ditched by age. As the name suggests, it uses light sensors with all the rectangular boxes that you would see. All we have today is all these infrared sensors, accelerometers, and gyroscopes, meaning Nintendo can't really do a Duck Hunt port without reprogramming and remaking a huge chunk of it. A game like this would just straight up not fit on NSO. It would have to be a full-blown remake of the entire engine from the ground up. Now, with that being said, there is actually a full-blown remake of Duck Hunt from the ground up. Problem solved, right? Wait, what the fuck? Why are we zooming out? God fuck. Of course it's on the Wii U Virtual Console, a console that we don't have, an online service that doesn't work, and a version of the game that's never been re-released since. Actually, why hasn't this not been ported to NSO? That's the real question here. Anyways, without that, our options are getting real thin. The fact is, anytime that Nintendo makes anything noticeably Duck Hunt in any game ever, they replace the duck and the dog with the super charming, super memorable Target. The most infuriating instance of this is the fact that in Wii Play, Duck Hunt actually does kind of appear, but only the ducks. Are you fucking kidding me right now? So as you can see, this character is a real bitch. Hairs slowly started to fall off as every time I thought I was close, something seemed to get in the way. I thought about getting Duck Hunt on NES Classic, but wait a minute, Duck Hunt isn't on NES Classic. I checked out those NES compilation games like NES Remix 1 and 2 or the Nintendo World Championships, or heck, the Super Smash Bros. Brawl Extras, which technically won't count because it's a Smash Bros. Game, but I checked, okay, and none of them have Duck Hunt. I looked at the wiki, and actually, some WarioWare games actually reference Duck Hunt in their micro games. WarioWare DIY is on DS. Did we find it? I think we solved it. All right, let's go, we did it. The case for WarioWare DIY costs $25. The case. I could get Duck Hunt for OG NES, but that would require me to get an NES, an NES Zapper, and a CRT. A CRT alone costs $200, and I am not giving up on this challenge just yet. Duck Season. Yes, Duck Season is a VR game that is heavily inspired from Duck Hunt. Duck? Dog? That could work. All right, let's buy a VR head. $200. Ironically costs just as much as a CRT. Also, the game Duck Season is a bit more than just Duck Hunt in VR, isn't it? I was shooketh. I was hopeless. I was coming. I was there was nothing I could do at this point. Everything was tremendously expensive. And this video game was so lost to time, I almost caved into the eBay gods. But keyword almost, because I was looking in the wrong place. All this time, I've been looking for a video game appearance of Duck Hunt, when in reality, I should have been looking for those other media options, movies, TV shows, and that's when it hit me. Remember when I talked about Pac-Man 99? Well, if you look at the bonus features for that game, that's right, Duck Hunt makes a special cameo in the Pixels movie for one scene for 10 seconds. Whoa, that counts, bitch. Man, pixels, oh pixels. Some people like to describe you as trashy, terrible, and garbage. I definitely didn't expect Adam Sandler killing alien video game creatures with a giant-ass light gun was something that's gonna save this video, but man, what a miracle. Okay, but seriously though, why the fuck does it have to be this movie? It's a shame too. Remember, I was hyped for this movie when I first watched it, even after it ended. But like looking back at it now, with the Adam Sandler schmuckiness, its corny-ass B-plot, and assy-ass comedy.
Pac-Man's a bad guy? I'm gonna kill my...
I mean, if I was a bigger dick about it, I could say, you suck, Hollywood. Nostalgia pandering doesn't work on me, bitch. Stop thinking that audiences will just watch and buy anything that you throw at them that's vaguely from their childhood in order to capitalize their midlife / quarter-life depression. Wait, what am I doing with this movie again? Oh yeah, buying it. So I take my $7 and get that Netflix subscription and finally complete the challenge of owning every single Smash Bros. Fighter, baby. Let's go! I am 100% certain that kid is gonna absolutely love all these experiences, even if half of them are like mobile games. Hey, Beta, this is gonna be the best gaming experience to fully understand all of Super Smash Bros. What an absolute W for everyone and everyone of humanity. Beta! What? What about the Zapper guy? Huh? You know, that Zapper guy. The guy that holds the gun to shoot the ducks from Duck Hunt. Does the NZap 89 from Splatoon count? What? No, you said they need to be alive, remember? The Zapper isn't alive, it's not even the actual character. So what, ever heard of Rob the Robot? Yeah, I heard of that, and it's being operated by Professor Hector, and he also makes a cameo in Kirby's Dream Land 3. So what then? What do you want me to do? I have to end this video somehow, and I don't... Do I waste $800 on like a single character just so I can just pretend to resemble the nebulous entity of this character that barely appears in this video game? Well, guess what, bitch? You failed. What? I rigged it from the start, motherfucker. You thought this was just gonna be a regular challenge video? Fuck off. Corporate demands more meaningless, endless suffering. You done got played, Beta. Pay up and stay up for an infinite world of fucking pain. Wait. What? Wait, you've lost. There's nothing you can do. If Pixels is referencing Duck Hunt and there's a duck and a dog, then the gunman must be the guy who can kill the duck in the movie, right? Technically, yeah, but there's no point in thinking about that, bucko, because there's no hunter in Pixels. There's no way you can get out of it. It's Adam Sandler! Wait, what? Adam Sandler, or wait, what's his character's name? Who fucking cares? Adam Sandler completes the final piece of this challenge as he is the gunman helping the dog and duck in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, much like he uses a light gun and pixels to kill video game characters. Boom! Ah, shit. Let's fucking go! I've overcome all sorts of trials to get here. Scouring wikis, dissecting mobile games, thinking about Kingdom Hearts, and finally, even after your unexplained bitch-ass attitude, we have collected every singular Super Smash Bros. Character in their most authentic mobile game. Something only the greats will be able to do, as well as the YouTube comment section. No point in waiting any further, let's get to the final number. If you are a dumb, stupid child wanting to experience every Super Smash Bros. Character in their original source material, you must pay up to $836, or a Nintendo Switch 2 and 4 copies of Mario Kart World. Holy fuck, can you please raise the minimum wage? Now for the currency conversions. I am doing this calculation in uncertain times, so yeah, keep that in mind. $836 is 735.93 euro, 639.05 pounds, 1,159.66 Canadian dollars, 6,114.92 yuan, 7,976.70 rupees, 6,485.43 Hong Kong dollars, 1,339.11 Australian dollars, and 120,039.92 yen. That's honestly not that bad when you consider the fact that we're covering a wide variety of genres and characters. That being said, looking at the collection of games, like over half of them are mobile games and the other half is Nintendo Switch Online, so it's like not the best gaming experience in my opinion, but nah, fuck that. This is the true way to experience the Smash roster, appreciating every character for who they truly are, either a product of a subscription service or a freemium mobile game. Now, to be honest, this $836 statistics is kind of a nothing burger. Prices change all the time, and as you can see throughout this video, a lot of these offers are quite periodic, and add to that things like sales and auctioning and buying stuff used. I could definitely see this number fluctuating quite a bit. Plus, a certain type of website on the internet would knock this number down all the way to $0 if you really wanted to go there. But honestly, the whole point of this video is to be an interesting thought experiment. And if you can make a list of games that are cheaper than this, which you absolutely can by the way, judging from some of the wonky ass moments in this video, feel free to correct me and I will not read them. See you next mission!